Hello, I'm Josh.
And I'm Tim. So welcome to
Our
this
podcast. We don't know what we're calling it yet.
If enough people see this, and hopefully they do,
If you see this and have an idea, let us know.
please let us know.
Comment below. Like the buttons and stuff. We're gonna talk.
Like buttons
You can do
over
that
there.
at any point in time during the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's New Year's Eve today.
It is
today.
New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's afternoon right now.
Well,
but
yeah.
New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve.
Happy 2012 end of the
Yeah.
year.
Happy end of the year.
Yes.
And so for our first podcast, we wanted to talk a little bit about highlights of the year. You know, there were some good points. The Olympics, there were some bad points. Sandy. So let's talk about the year, specifically in like media and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, entertainment stuff like that.
Entertainment. Yeah.
So you want to talk about our favorite movie of the year?
Yeah. Let's do three best movies. Or three favorite movies of the year, since we didn't see all of them, obviously.
I mean, I don't worry, but no, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen much.
I'm not perfect. So I'll go first.
Right.
I think at the beginning of the year, Avengers was a really solid movie.
It was definitely
at the start of the year. And I think Marvel did a really good job of giving Loki a light side and a dark side, and then kind of giving some of the heroes, not all of them, Captain America's perfect, but giving some of the heroes kind of a darker side as well.
Yeah.
And I think they made that a nice balance.
Yeah. I also saw some hints and hey, look at this. This is from continuity. They had since there was a scene where Captain America and Iron Man were fighting, and so it's almost like this is they gave here's a potential plot line they had scattered throughout the movie this could be a Civil War movie from Civil War storyline. So I like the Avengers as it was a fun movie.
Yeah, I thought they did it really well. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. We could go on for hours.
Yeah, we could.
So my number 2 movie is going to be The Dark Knight Rises, because I thought it was a great conclusion to the Batman trilogy.
Really good movie.
It was fantastic. I went and saw it opening night. I actually saw the whole trilogy, where we got there at 6 p.m.
That sounds like a lot
and
of
we
fun.
stayed until 3 a.m. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Do you have a third favorite movie?
Okay. This is where it gets hard. I'm a huge superhero buff. I know you are too.
Yeah.
Our lists are probably gonna look the same, okay?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So for my number 3 spot, I've got 3 possibilities. I really liked The Hobbit. I thought that was well done. And some people didn't like it. I don't know why. It was its own movie. It was good. I thought Looper was really good.
Yeah, it's solid movie.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. It was a great movie. It played with time travel really well. And there's just something about time travel that I love.
You know movie I just thought of right now?
Huh.
Wreck-It Ralph. That was I don't know how many people saw it, but there was for those of you who don't know, it's animation of this guy it's almost like a Donkey Kong kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where this guy, Wreck-It Ralph, he is Donkey Kong, he smashes a building, and
he's like the bad guy in a video game.
And he wants to be a good guy, so he goes through this hero's journey and he does these things. And in the end it's a at points there it gets very emotional, and for me that would be my third choice of overall movies, since I like the characters who were in it, and it's for an animation movie. There were some dark tones, but there were also some very in-depth plot things.
That was a good movie. It does not make my list, but I thought it was a well done movie. There were not a whole lot of animated movies that I thought were good this year. But that one was good. And was your number 1
My number one would if my list would probably go The Dark Knight Rises, The Avengers, then Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
The only reason why I have Dark Knight above the Avengers is because I feel like I'm more invested in the Dark Knight Rises trilogy, other than the Avengers trilogy, or not the Avengers trilogy, the Avengers like movies
series.
Yeah, the series.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel more invested in those.
All right. So yeah, then my third movie is going to be Les Miserables. I thought it was a very touching, well done movie. And you know, I'm familiar with the story. I've read the book, and I thought they did a great job. And so yeah, Hugh Jackman was in it. Anne Hathaway was in it. It was great. I am so glad that I got to see it.
Yeah, it was. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, it's a very, very, very good movie.
No, it's well done. You know, spoiler: everyone dies, and like the flash forward to the war at the end. Sorry, they're all dead. But like Hamlet.
Yeah, that's definitely very reminiscent of Hamlet.
Just read that book.
That's
by the way.
Oh, it's very. It's well. I can go into that, but right. Yeah. So. Those are our top 3 movies.
Top 3 movies of the year. Do we want to look forward and see like what movies are coming up next year?
I mean, let's just touch on. Let's not go in depth. Like,
okay.
I'm looking forward to the Man of Steel movie.
Okay.
World War Z.
World War Z.
New Star Trek.
The
movie.
New Star Trek movie is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to the second part of the Hobbit trilogy.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
I think that's gonna be good.
There's a lot of.
And Iron Man 3 is coming out in the fall.
The new Anchorman movie.
Oh, that's right! I love Will Ferrell.
That's coming out.
Okay, that's gonna be
a lot of movies.
There's gonna be a lot of really good movies, or movies that have potential to be good at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Top 3 video games of the year. Go first.
Halo 4. I don't. Assassin's Creed 3 probably be my number 2.
Okay.
I don't know number 3. Number 3 is there are a lot of AAA titles that came out. Even those that aren't AAA titles. Well, just so many games I can't even begin to think.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
No. All right. I'll let you think. I think my number 1 has to be Halo 4. And just because I'm a sucker for the Halo series. I love the Halo games.
Really,
and I've played all the Call of Duty games. They're great too. I actually played Call of Duty before I played Halo. But there's something about the Halo storyline.
Yeah, I think Halo has a very solid storyline, and Call of Duty is more a multiplayer. And as of Halo, you can have multiplayer and single player. They're both very,
and
very
you know,
good.
The single player isn't very in depth for the Halo series, but there's a character that we follow that we fall in love with, and we fall in love with Master Chief and Cortana, and so it was great to see them again. We kind of took a break with ODST and then Halo Reach, but it's good to have them back.
I think 343 really did a good job with their first Halo game. It wasn't was it this?
Yeah, it was 343.
But was this their first Halo game?
Yeah.
Was it who made CE?
CE was Bungie was doing.
Bungie was still okay.
Yeah, they took all the same stuff and sort of revamped.
Okay.
it.
Anyway, this Halo 4 was I think 343 did a very good job in making it the new updated looks. There's a very fine tone. The sound is amazing. I think overall it's a very good game.
Yeah, it's got a great feel. The graphics are beautiful.
Very beautiful.
You know, they redid everything. Gun sounds. There's a bunch of new guns.
Yeah.
It all looks good. It all feels good. I think that you know, if I could give it stars, 5 stars.
Very good game.
My number 2 game is gonna be Skyrim because that's the game I played.
Did that come out this year?
I think it might have come out last year.
I don't know.
But that game I played nonstop for the first 6 months of the year.
It's a very open worldy, very good game.
It's a fantastic game, and so maybe it didn't come out in 2012. It probably did come out last year.
Anyway,
it was a great game. You know, and then they came out with the Dawnguard expansion pack.
Yeah, it just came out.
Something else. I think they're working on another expansion pack.
Are they? I don't know.
But it was really good. Such
Dragonborn.
Yeah. Okay.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that it's so open. There's so much you can do, and you can play for hours and hours and hours, and not get tired of it. It is really it's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
And then my third game is going to be Minecraft for the Xbox 360.
I didn't know if that came out.
I love Minecraft.
Minecraft is
over the past maybe 2 months, I have been alternating between Halo 4 and Minecraft. More Minecraft before Halo 4 came out. But once Halo 4 came out, I had a couple weeks where I was Halo 4. Then I'm going back and forth.
The thing with Minecraft is some people don't like the aspect of, like, it's only blocks and it's not very high graphic game. But
yeah.
Thing is, I don't know, there's some appeal to it that some people have. Well, majority of people have. Because it sold a lot of...
Oh, it's breaking records. Yeah. It really is.
It's a very good game.
And so while the graphics, you could complain about them. But I think having the blocks gives it... it's kind of... It's what makes the game Minecraft, you know what I'm saying? And then it also... It allows for creativity to be like, I want 1 block by 1 block, and not have to, like, make something more precisely because the dimensions are already set.
Yeah, they're pretty much. I think everything is very. It's a very precise game, but it's still you have a lot of room for creativity that you can do. Like I've seen a lot of videos where people have made I don't know, very.
People make some really cool things.
I can't even speak right now. There's a lot of things.
I spent a week last week. I spent a couple of days last week. Almost the full week. Building a tree fort.
Yeah,
and so I went and I built my own forest out of trees.
Yeah, you can.
And then once I grew my trees, I climbed up on my dirt blocks and I made my tree fort. And I dug my way down and it was so much fun.
There's a lot of things you can do in Minecraft. I think overall, the people who made it, I don't think it's Mojang who made it, it's a different company, but still, the port from
it's done
PC,
really well.
It's done very well.
They brought it over, and it's still got the Mojang name on it.
Yeah. I mean, they're making updates, so it's almost in sync.
They're taking the updates to the PC and putting them on the Xbox 360.
A
little bit behind.
Yeah, but still.
But it's still a very good game. I love playing it. I love watching other people playing it. It's fantastic.
It is very, very.
Have you figured out what your third game is?
I think probably it would be Minecraft.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, Minecraft.
All right. So what's the difference there? Skyrim versus
Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed. All right.
I know. I feel like I'm more invested in Assassin's Creed 3.
No, that's totally cool. It's a great series.
It's very,
of games.
very good. 5 games. I think if you don't include the mobile titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Holiday season's kind of coming to a close.
It is.
Technically, today/tomorrow is the last holiday of our holiday season. And there's just a couple more days until school comes back into session. So, what was the highlight of your holiday season?
I don't know. I think I had a good experience at the mall. I know, because I went to a mall nearby where we live.
Yeah.
It's,
was it Northbrook or?
No, it wasn't Northbrook. It was I don't remember the name. Some Woodfield, I think.
Okay.
Woodfield. Something Field. I don't know.
I think it's Woodfield.
I don't know.
It sounds right.
It's the first time I've been there. Let me tell you, there was as many people it felt like a congested subway in New York City. So many people. The line was at least 5 people long at all times when you want to buy something. It was ridiculous. Just the sheer amount of people that was in there. I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. It's a couple days before Christmas. I know there's gonna be a lot of people, but I mean, I was with my family, so it was a good time still. Even though I don't think I bought anything besides ice cream.
But it was fun just to go hang out.
It was just fun to see how many people that were there, how many different kinds of people that were there.
People watching is great.
People watching is good. What was your highlight?
My highlight, I just got back last night from a trip to Florida.
How was that?
I'm originally from Florida.
Cool.
It was fantastic.
Cool.
I was down there for like 4 days. I saw both sides of my family. I saw grandparents on my dad's side first, and then I saw aunt and uncle, some other aunts and uncles, and extended family. And that was fun. We went to our lake house and had lunch one day, just like hung out. Got to see some old friends, and then the next couple of days I spent about an hour north in Gainesville, visiting my mom's side of the family. Got to see aunts and uncles and cousins on that side of the family as well. Just hanging out and having a good time. We went to the Gainesville Mall, actually. And
how was that?
It was fine.
Was it extremely packed?
It was not. This was... I think on the 27th.
Oh,
and so it wasn't too bad. There were people there.
I mean, yeah,
there really were. It was surprising, but I kind of went at closing, it was fun. I went into a GameStop, wandered around for a little bit, just like to see what they had. I went to the Best Buy Mobile and I got a Bluetooth earpiece for my phone.
Cool.
Been needing one for when I drive. Then I went to a couple of clothing stores and looked around.
Yeah.
Wearing these glasses, they're not prescription lenses or anything, they're just like, because I like them.
Glasses.
They say University of Chicago on the side is what it is. But wearing these glasses and like going through these like hipster stores, they're not like Urban Outfitters, they're like the Florida like equivalent of Urban Outfitters.
The hipster stores.
Yeah, and so wandering around, I felt like weird. I was like, I'm not a hipster. What am I doing in here?
Like I've infiltrated their facilities. Day 3, they still don't know I'm not a hipster.
Yeah,
so something like that.
It was fun. But I was wearing my collared shirt. I was wearing my glasses. I had on just like a regular jacket. And I got like a bow tie, and that was nice.
Cool.
But it was a fun experience.
Sounds like fun.
Got to go like check out some scarves and some belts and some fitted suits. It was fun,
Cool.
Yeah. It's a good experience.
Let's see.
All right. So, let's talk about just like the entire year in review now.
Since the beginning of the year.
High points and low points, just like in general, but also specifically for you.
I would have to say the beginning of I don't know. Definitely high point. I watched a web series called Red vs. Blue. It's on.
Okay, I love Red vs. Blue.
Yeah. I was like, what's a high point? Oh, Red vs. Blue is always.
Yeah,
a good
no.
topic.
So there is the new season of that, and that was good.
Yeah, it wrapped up this right as around middle of.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do next.
They're gonna have a new season coming out.
But what are they gonna do?
I don't know.
Finish the story so well, just like they did the end of the last season.
I think I think the end of the last season was like left open so they could finish it this season, and I felt like they've closed a lot of things up this season 10 very well.
Yeah.
I feel like they have a lot of plot points they can go like.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's on roosterteeth.com. You can look it up.
You can also go to redversusblue.com.
True.
That's VS, not versus.
Versus, yeah. REDVSBLUE.com.
Yeah, we like those guys. We watched
a
lot of their stuff.
Yeah, it's also on YouTube. The seasons 1 through I think
they uploaded 9.
They're uploading parts of 9.
But it's a good series. I want to see how they use Sigma, because we didn't really see how he was the bad guy. We just saw his interest in collecting other AIs. Not to give away major plot points.
Didn't he?
But Sigma is played by Elijah Wood. He's the bad guy in Season 10. Kind of, but we don't really see how he's the bad guy. And so I think it's going to be interesting to see how they use that next season.
Yeah, we see almost some character development, but we don't really see him that much.
We see a lot of background and not a whole much of how he's actually the bad guy.
Yeah. Probably the end of that was probably a good point. The bunch of AAA titles for Xbox, PS3. I don't really think there was a low point. I mean, there's a lot of like hurricanes. There's Sandy.
Hurricane Sandy was rough.
There was no. I think there was one before that.
There was one that hit farther down south. I think.
Yeah, there was. There were a lot of hurricanes. Too many shootings. It's crazy.
Oh, there were a lot of shootings.
Sad.
It's really depressing with Sandy Hook,
Yeah.
Then there was the one in the mall somewhere. I
Yeah.
think that was in Connecticut.
No, I don't know.
No.
Think, I,
And then there was a shooting in China too, wasn't there?
I think there was a mass
Like,
stabbing.
all in like the same like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, there was two.
It was really bad.
Really sad. But
depressing is what it was.
I don't think this year was the best year ever, but I think there was some. I mean, the what's his name, Felix Baumgartner. Just,
that was really cool.
Highest point ever. I don't know.
Jumping from the outer atmosphere.
Yeah. Him. The Olympics were this year.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, there's a lot of things that happened this year. I think that, yeah, so many things. What are you looking forward to next year? Or are there anything else that you...
I am a huge Doctor Who fan, and so I want to talk about Doctor Who for just a minute. I've got my sonic screwdriver here. Some fun stuff. I got this maybe 2 weeks ago. Bought it for myself. But there's a new season of Doctor Who, which saw the end of some of our favorite companions this far, Amy and Rory. They were great. But then there's a new companion which we saw in the Christmas special, which came out Sunday, or Christmas, whatever day. It was Tuesday. It came out Christmas evening, late afternoon evening.
Yeah. So
we saw a new companion, and I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the Doctor and Clara get along and how they bond. It's a good show. I feel like the American following isn't as big as it should be.
I'm going to confess here, I don't watch Doctor Who, mainly because I just don't watch TV in general. I mainly watch
I watch it on Netflix, mainly.
Well, I mean...
but I buy the new seasons on iTunes as they come out. You know,
so
you gotta stay legal.
I think I would start watching Doctor Who probably sometime soon, even though it's probably 21 seasons at least. More than that.
Well, they're celebrating their 49th anniversary this year.
49th anniversary is the longest running...
Next year is their 50th anniversary. It's going to be fantastic.
The longest running science...
And when I say fantastic, I mean fantastic. Catchphrase.
British people.
But in order to see what's happened in the last couple of years, you just need to see the last 7 seasons, really.
Okay.
Because they're on season 7 of, like, the new reboot. They took a break for a couple years. I think the last season before this one was like the end of the 80s. Okay. So there was kind of a break, and now the new one's like revamped. It's got Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant. Then now we're working with Matt Smith as the Doctors. And it's a pretty good show. It's very sci-fi. Timey-wimey is the word to use. There's a lot of time travel. The concept is there's this madman with a box. The madman's called the Doctor. That's his name, the Doctor. He's the last of a race of Time Lords from the planet Gallifrey, and they sort of just observe time. They see the whole timeline. They can go wherever they want, do whatever they want. But, for the most part, they try not to meddle with time. They just try to keep things consistent if, other alien races come in and mess it up. And so it's really cool. He's always got a companion. It's usually a pretty good-looking female companion. I'm gonna be honest, I really like it. It's a good show. I enjoy it. It's fun. You get very emotionally invested, though. Cool. I will warn you of that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. And so that was the highlight for me this year, I think, was the new season of Doctor Who. The lowlight was also the end with Amy and Rory, because, well, I loved them. Married couple, you'll find out if you watch the show. If you already watched the show and you're not crying, there might be something wrong with you. It's really depressing.
He said it, not me.
No, I'm just saying that, it gets you very emotionally attached. Yeah. And some of the scarier villains take away Amy and Rory for eternity. It's sad. But it's okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
Looking forward to next year. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we already talked about movies. They don't have Halo 5 coming out next year, do they?
They haven't announced it. I haven't heard anything.
It probably won't come out next year.
Speculation is that Halo 5 will be launching with the new Xbox
Okay.
So
whatever they call that.
Whatever 720.
We're probably about a year
X,
out.
Whatever.
Probably about a year out from that. So about a year.
I think late 2013, maybe.
Early 2014.
Definitely mid to early 2014.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah, and I feel like PlayStation is about that far away from releasing their next console. Then the Wii U just came out. That's kind of fun. You know, okay, Nintendo is always the game developers that give us the new things. And so they came up with the Wii, and then PlayStation and Xbox were quick to catch up with Kinect and the Move. And so I think that the Wii U might give us something new, and I think that the next Sony and Microsoft consoles might have parts of the Wii U put in there. Because the dual screen thing is kind of like the Nintendo DS, but it just adds a layer. And I read about some really cool zombie games where you'll be like working on this screen, then all of a sudden you like hear zombie noises, you look up and you're like about to get eaten by zombies, and so you've got to like switch and play on the other screen. And so it's cool. It adds another dynamic, which makes it, I think, more challenging, but also more fun.
The thing with the Wii U is that I don't feel like they have enough big games, AAA titles.
No.
Like they came out with Arkham City and Assassin's Creed 3, Black Ops, yeah. But like I don't feel like if you're a definite, I don't want to say hardcore gamer, but if you're a more invested gamer,
if you're a gamer who knows what you like.
Yeah, if you're a more invested gamer, I feel like the Wii U is not the prime console, but I think we definitely can. The Nintendo definitely has room to
They really need to get some. They need to get some big name games out there, because just re-releasing Mario and Sonic for every new platform isn't gonna cut it anymore.
We've seen enough.
And
we've seen a lot of Zelda games, and I don't feel like not having a Zelda game is a problem. So
yeah, of course.
If Nintendo, if you're watching this, we
get more games.
We don't dislike you. We feel like we can be better friends.
And I really like what they did. They've got some new games. They do have the Arkham City game.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they've got Nintendo Land.
Definitely a step forward in the right direction.
Yeah.
I feel like if they continue on that path.
But you need more games that will appeal to different sections of gamers. Because right now, as someone who plays mainly first-person shooters, RTS games, and Skyrim, which are role-playing games, I don't feel like there's a whole lot out there for the Nintendo products right now. That's just in general. Even for the Wii, they've finally figured out the gun thing. But
yeah, I have.
And it wasn't great.
The way you shoot it, I think it's a little bit. There's definitely room for improvement with Nintendo. They definitely.
That's all we're saying. We love you, Nintendo. You've made great revolutions. I still play N64 to this day.
I still have an N64. I still play it. It's solid.
Great stuff.
Console.
You guys started gaming. Other people have taken control.
You
need to get it back. Win back our hearts.
We thank you. You have room for improvement. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for what you've done, and we know you can go in the right direction.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to see what the new consoles are. What else am I looking forward to next year? We graduate next year. Going to college.
Oh, yay.
Going to college!
Yay.
That'll be fun. This summer, I am hoping to do an internship at Rooster Teeth, actually. I'm filling out the paperwork online right now, and I'm getting my resume together. And this is going on my resume, so maybe they'll see it.
Yay.
We love you, Rooster Teeth.
You are
very fantastic.
Big fans. We are very big fans.
We only sit and talk about you 4 out of the 5 days of the week at school in the cafeteria, and that's because on 100 days we don't usually eat lunch together.
So, I mean, I watch your videos at school on my iPod, on my computer. I
literally walk up to him in the hallway, and he's got like his iPod in his pocket, like earbud in the ear, like listening to the most recent podcast over and over and over again.
I'm like, am I listening to the podcast? I literally have every podcast on my iPod right now. You do fantastic work. Please keep it up.
Yes, we love you.
Strangerhood 2.
Bring me in for the internship. That would be awesome. Not that I'm shamelessly promoting myself, but I'm shamelessly promoting myself.
He could do great work for you.
But no, I'm looking forward to that. Something else I was talking with my uncle about the other day, and I'm going to sign up for it, is they've got a program for Antarctica. Where if you go, you sign up for this program, and they do like all kinds of rigorous testing to make sure you're not going to get depressed or anything in Antarctica.
Okay,
but
I'm interested.
But you can go and spend 3 months in Antarctica doing just like basic work, being like a cook or a cleaner or like a barber, a dentist. Because they've got like the scientist communities down there, and so they've got all these scientists, but they don't have cooks.
Yeah.
They don't have maids. They don't have garbage men.
Well,
they don't
are
have
scientists.
They don't have barbers. They don't have people to like take care of their tooth work. They don't have doctors. So they need that stuff. And so you could sign up for this program, and for $30,000 for 3 months, you could go down to Antarctica and spend time just 3 months in Antarctica. They drop you off on an airplane. They come back and they get you at the end of your term. And you just spend 3 months in Antarctica hanging out with these scientists. Just that would be so cool.
But where in Antarctica are you being put? Are you putting on the edge or right in the middle of South Pole?
You stay in the scientist communities. They've got dorms where they let these. I don't want to call them interns because you're getting paid. But they have these volunteers come and stay. And so for your first couple of trips, they're only going to let you go during our winter, their summer, so that you don't get depressed in 3 months of darkness.
During the warmer seasons of -20 below.
Yeah, and so they'll take you when it's daytime all year round because you're less likely to become depressed.
Yeah.
And then if you survive that and want to go back, but I just think that's a really cool option. I may or may not apply for that.
You should definitely do it. That's definitely.
I think that would be so cool.
That actually,
say, hey, I'm going to Antarctica for 3 months.
I'm very interested.
We should do it. Let's do it.
We should do it. Let's go.
Okay. It's a plan. We'll talk about it later.
Talk about the after podcast, but
after the podcast.
Is there
next
anything
year.
else?
Next year.
Anything else next year? I don't think. There's a lot of stuff.
Nah, gotta wait a couple months for the next Doctor Who episodes to come out.
You know what's coming out?
What's coming
January 20th or 18th, I'm not sure.
That's soon.
The new not Justice League, the new Young Justice episode's coming out. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen Young Justice? It's coming out very, very soon.
Nice. Okay, that's really exciting.
But there's I was on Wikipedia.
Isn't the new Superman Batman Public Enemies movie coming out sometime soon? I think it is. I was talking to Calvin the other day. I love you, Calvin. You're an Arizona
Calvin, we love you. Miss you. You should be with us right here.
There's a spot for you right here. But I was talking to Calvin a couple weeks ago. And he was like, dude, we need to go see this new Batman, Superman, Public Enemies movie that's coming out soon. So I think there's another one of those coming out soon. That's cool.
Very exciting. Is there anything else?
I think that's it. Thank you for tuning into our podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
If you are still watching us right now after half an hour,
about
33
minutes, 34 minutes.
33, 34 minutes, just a guess. There's not a timer right there on the screen or anything.
No, there's. I don't know what you're talking about. I just see us.
Yes, I just see us too. But thank you for watching. If you can think of a name for the podcast, comment below. Hopefully, we'll have a name after a couple of podcasts.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe one of you.
Yeah, maybe if you
join
here's
us.
the deal. If you come up with the name for the podcast, we will give you a shout out And I may or may not be able to send you some Pokemon Black and White 2 commemorative coins. I've got a couple sitting at home. So that's the deal. If you come up with the name for the podcast that we use, I will send you a Pokemon Black 2 and a Pokemon White 2 commemorative coin.
Will we sign a sheet of paper and give it to him? Or sign something?
Yes, we will also send you a heartfelt letter thanking you for your contribution to our podcast. Yeah. Good first episode. Hey.
It's great. High five.
Woo! All right. Shout out to you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching, and please join us next time.
Comment,
subscribe.
If you think we're talking about cool stuff,
Twitter,
tell your people about it.
Send it.
If you don't think we're talking about cool stuff, tell us what we should talk about. Yeah. We send you your love. Send us our love.
We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're great. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.